Hello, Vanessa and Hunter. Been a while. In fact, it's been quite a while. Hey, I don't know if it's a happy Memorial Day, but it's definitely Memorial Day. What's up, Coach? Good to see you guys. It's been a while. It has been a long while. I had to coach myself through this in order to even get it going today. If you haven't done something for like 9 months, it kind of uh, gets you going. Trying to figure out, okay, I push this button, I push that button. What else do I need to push to get it up here? Hey, Tats. Well, Tats, yeah, it feels good to be live, although I have absolutely no clue to what I'm doing at the moment because it's been a while. Soul, hey Soul, yeah, it's good to see you on this Memorial Day. Hey, Strange, oh, you guys are making me smile just seeing you again. You know, oh, I sound strong. Oh, good, 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 good. I should now. Through the last heaven sent and BB. Oh my goodness, wonderful to see you guys as well. Yeah, it's been a true struggle here, but I've pretty much gotten past it now. So thanks, Strange. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, I should. I'm now officially down. Man, the stuff that I went through, just to let you know, I went, what? I think I went over 8 months where I couldn't walk. Crystal, howdy. No, I went about 7 months where I couldn't walk. And then all of a sudden I said, well, I'm done with this. And so I decided to change all of that. Oh, yeah, well, I was in a fight. I was in a fight. But now I'm just about past it. I only have two chemo sessions left, and then I'm done because I'm down to 0.1% with cancer. So I we I hate to say uh, because yeah, it was me, but there was so much support from you guys, all of you. Soul, talking to me on Twitter. Hey man, where you at? Hey man, where's your videos? And I put some back up. I think I got 20 or 30 back up. Um, and everything to just my will that I'm just not ready to go, and I'm not going. Well, so no, they won't be able to fix me completely. There is no cure for multiple myeloma cancer, but I have extended my time here on this planet, and so that's been amazing. Uh, Now, flat out, just to be as blunt as possible, it will kill me. 10, 15, 20, 25 years down the line, it will kill me. But I figure in 10, 15, 20, 25 years down the line, okay, well, that's good. But I wanted to have more time to be able to eliminate the, oh, I wished I had out of everything. You know, yes, baby, yes. Trust me, I want to be here for a long time. And I wasn't going to allow anything to take me away from all of that. Vanessa, there you are with. Yeah, thanks, Sol. Thanks. I appreciate that. Go ahead, send me pics of Uno's pizza and just torture me. Wifey is where's she at? Oh, she went to bed early. It's been a heck of a day. Uh we had a good day, but yeah, it's been a heck of a day. She's already in the sack. Oh, great, Sol. Thanks. Yeah, summer's here, all right. It's what? It's still almost 80 degrees at almost 9 o'clock at night. Yes, yeah, yeah. It's been a while. Yeah, BB, did you have a good holiday weekend? I mean, everybody's back to work tomorrow, so that's why I decided I might as well just come on here early just to touch base with everybody and say, "Hey, what's up?" Now I have to figure out how to put the other stuff into action. Um, so that way I can bring people up on panel. That way I can show videos and I can do all of this other stuff. But I did want to cover one thing really quickly. Well, not really quickly. I just wanted to cover something here, which is that I was watching this show. You guys ever heard of Survivor Man? You know, the guy that goes out and spends like 7 days in some far off foreign place. Thanks, so God bless you. And he spends like 7 days with only a minimum of equipment, like one of those um, with like one match. Yeah, 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 yeah. Strange. And yeah, and he will teach you how to survive in random areas, jungles, deserts, um, all different types of terrain, all different types of environments, with only a minimum of. Yes, I watch you. Okay, you watch me. Yeah. Well, he's got this show he did in I think third season, and he started going Survivor Man, Bigfoot. And so he's going through all of these different areas. Well, a lot of areas. What's up, Momo? He's going through these different areas, mainly in Canada and Alaska, to go through to try to actually prove the existence of Bigfoot. Now, you know, if the Survivor Man's doing it, then hey, there's could be something to this. So he's going through all of these different shows, and he's trying to figure out, uh, is this real? So anyway, in one of the shows, he said that for some reason people do not understand that there is now certified Bigfoot DNA. And I was like, what? He says people are going to have to either see it for themselves. Momo, I'll tell her. I will let her know. He says people are going to have to figure out for themselves, are they going to have to see it in order to believe it? Or will they trust certified DNA? And after he said that, hey, Judy, what's going on? How are you? Um, that is this really true? So I went and I started searching. And that can take me all different kinds of places. How deep is the rabbit hole? Well, it goes pretty deep. But I decided to do it just to check it out. And I found something here from DNA Explained, Genetic Genealogy, and it has the title of Bigfoot is Real. Now, was in 2012, but I just wanted to go over something here, real quick here, and give you a little bit of what it's talking about. And if a new paper yet to be published and currently undergoing peer review is valid, it appears that Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, is indeed real and a hominid mix, meaning that Sasquatch is a human relative that rose approximately 15,000 years ago as a hybrid cross of modern Homo sapiens with an unknown primate species. It says, following 5 years of research, a team of scientists have sequenced several Sasquatch genomes, results that show that Bigfoot is a mixture between a human female about 15,000 years ago and a male, a previously unknown hominid related to Homo sapiens and other primate species. Wow, what a discovery. Yes. Now, I remember this from college because I could not remember what DNA is. And it's deoxyribonucleic acid. That's what DNA means. Deoxyribonucleic acid. I had to remember that for a class in college studies and a biology. I never forgot the dadgum thing. It took me, what, 12 hours to remember that one word. And now that it's locked in. I will never forget what DNA stands for. Oh, I thought my mother was Bigfoot, but I changed my mind when she passed away. She was only 4 foot. Oh, heaven. It's good to see you, but oh my goodness. Okay, puppy is bugging me. There was probably one in the area I was staying at in Oregon. It was in the forest, and all the big animals and stuff comes out at night in the forest. 50 Shades. Oh, oh, you're too kind. You're way too kind. As many times in other areas of YouTube, which is called the Boit, bottom of YouTube. I don't know how I got stuck there, but I did. And um and I have put my foot in my mouth quite a few times this last month here. Bigfoot better be more careful with his DNA. Somebody will claim he's their baby daddy. Right, Crystal? Well, here's what they're talking about. Okay, that's a whole bunch of scientific stuff y'all probably aren't interested in. I don't think. Let me know if you are, and all the scientific stuff. Um, the scientists fully sequenced 3 Bigfoot nuclear DNA samples, and the results are stunning. The male is not a contemporary human, and they have eliminated both Neanderthal, and Denisovian males as possible founders. Okay, so now this is getting kind of funky. So you're telling me that 15,000 years ago, a human female did the dirty with something that is um, non-human, non-archaic hominin, and non-ape sequences. So, okay, what the hell is it, right? I mean, that's a good term. That's trying to figure out what it actually is. And of course, it says here, and of course, uh, obviously, for the team to acquire 20 samples to process, there has to be a population of these creatures living in North America. Of course, everyone has heard of Sasquatch and seen photos and videos, but until this, nothing has been terribly convincing. I don't know, the 1969 film of Bigfoot, the one that I saw at first, and that just hooked me on the paranormal and all of this. Um, if the research is valid and passes peer review, it not only confirms that Sasquatch is real, it vindicates many of the people who have had sightings in quotation marks, over the years. It becomes the smoking gun. But as with much science, it raises more questions than answers. So, driving 20 miles. In fact, we were driving through a forest road in less than 20 minutes. I was like 6 bears and one big cat. Wow. Well, Momo, that's a lot of wild animals. That is a lot of wild animals. But the thing is, and one of the big questions here is, and finally, do these creatures have rights? And are they the same rights as humans? Given that they carry human mitochondrial DNA and many native tribes are maternally based, would they be considered Native American? How do we, as humans, deal with this? Are we learning that humanity really is really a continuum? So, and that brings up the question that I wanted to ask you. Well, Scarlett, by the way, good to see you. How would I explain these creatures on different continents? Because when Alaska was linked up to the Soviet Union, and then Europe was linked to the Soviet Union, and things like Japan and other large pieces of land or islands. Nice to have you. Um, we're all together. Then basically you could go from one end all the way to the other end. I mean, down into, well, things that we now call South America, Latin America, um, and, where the Panama Canal is, that used to be all together. Yeah, changes in land masses. But along with that, that's how they could be all over the place. And supposedly now, they have done DNA samples in the Tibetan highlands, including the Tibetan mountains. And they're still finding, not in a lot, but they're finding DNA samples of American black bear in the Himalayan mountains. What's going on with that? And so they believe that while the genetics of a Bigfoot or a Yeti or a skunk ape, and by the way, just to interject here, I will have pictures posted up in the community page. So that way, people will be able to look at some of the amazing pictures that were taken here. And most of these pictures that I have that I'm going to put in the community page, 5 or 8 of them, you're going to see pictures that were taken before things like where you're able to change the picture, edit the picture, were taken. All of these are true. Yeah, they're called coyos. Now, yes, we have wolves breeding with coyote naturally. In fact, my puppy is half German Shepherd, half Mexican Red Wolf. Yeah, it's a new species called coyo, Coyo. Yeah. So yes, a completely new species. We're finding new species all of the time. I mean, up until what, a few years ago, we thought that the giant king squid, whatever they call it now, was something they thought. You've had a timber wolf and dog cross, yeah. All right, Heaven has come up, and they were like, "Well, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a giant squid." But then what they find off the coast of Japan? What was it? I think a 33-foot long squid. And then they did some more searching in the depths off of Japan, and they found a 47-foot squid. So there is something to the giant squid. But until then, nobody could prove its existence. But now, oh there's a giant squid, giant super huge squid. Yeah, it's real. Oh, really? So, so just because we haven't seen it, just because everything else, yeah, yeah, there are so many undiscovered plants. Watching the Survivor Man, I noticed that when he's in the forests of Alaska, he comes along this plant that the ends are all cleared, or all cleared away. And he says, this. He says this is kind of funny. He says because this tree here has leaves that remove headaches. And it's like, wow. And he says, and look at where this one branch is. He said, this is 10 feet off the ground. He said, how would anybody know about this? That the leaves do remove headaches. That's 10 foot tall. And he just looks at it, lifts an eyebrow, makes a funky face, and then moves on. And it cuts to the next scene. You know, oh wow, parsley will relieve headache. Wasn't aware of that. But that's the whole thing. I wasn't aware of this. He knew about it, but he's looking up into the tree and he's like, wow, how did they remove all the leaves from up there? Study the ancients. Yes. Yes. So it's just one of those things that you look at and you're going, wow. So then it brings up the biggest thing of all. It, which is finally, if we do have certified DNA samples that prove that Bigfoot exists, you know, um, and you can see if you Google search it, there's a bunch of things that say, yes, yes, we have certified DNA that proves that these exist. In fact, they got a really nice one, which is in the Himalayan mountains. They took a DNA sample and it released that it was polar bear. Okay, but excuse me, but I'm just thinking here, just thinking. But what the hell would a polar bear do in the Himalayan mountains? I'm sorry, but I don't think there's any sea for them to swim in, seals for them to eat. So you're telling me you have DNA of a polar bear? What probably I would imagine hundreds of miles away from the sea, which its natural predatory instinct is to eat seals, eat small whales, eat whatever it can, that's based around the coast and off of ice floating by. Then what would it be doing there? I don't know. Just something that came into effect. And also, what would the American black bear DNA be doing in the Himalayan mountains? You're telling me a black bear from the US is hanging out in the Himalayan mountains? So they're going, this proves that there's something out there that does not respond to any type of natural DNA. That there's something out there that is a mixture of this and a mixture of that and a mixture of this, And they also came up with human DNA, but it didn't match to anything. Just like the polar bear DNA. The polar bear DNA didn't match to anything of current day. The DNA matched to a bear from 40,000 years ago. It didn't match to a polar bear if you just went to Alaska and saw one. It wouldn't match to that type of polar bear. It matched to a polar bear from 40,000 years ago. That's just a little while. That's a way little while. Hey, Barbara. It's nice seeing you too. I'm just up here just for a few moments here, just so I can touch base with you all so I could figure out how to do this crazy thing to begin with. You know, yes, yes, Scarlett, it's yes, that would be evolution. But what is all of this DNA doing at the top of a mountain in the Himalayas? So it goes back. Oh, no, 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 no. It goes, human DNA goes back farther than 2,000 years. That's after Christ, AC. We're talking 40,000 years BC. Yeah, Momo, I missed you too. I missed all of you. I really did. I missed talking to Barbara and Momo and Scarlett and Soul and Heaven and Coach um, and Crystal and 50 Shades. And I miss talking to all of you and Judy and Strange and Vanessa. By the way, that was my ringtone. But I have really missed talking with all of you and getting with you and everything else. And I wish I could show videos, but I'm not quite there yet to figuring this all out again. I mean, it won't take long to get StreamYards back up here. I mean, because it's so silly simple. And it's been a long time. But I will. I will get it going here. You know, yeah, Barbara, I've been in a fight, but we won. I won. Not everybody, I mean, I'm not a young man by any means, but we fought and it looks like we won. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Scarlett. But the thing that it brings up here, because it's claiming here in this article about DNA that there are distinctly non-human, non-archaic hominin and non-ape sequences, and we describe it as a mosaic, um, a mosaic of human and novel non-human sequence. And it's further going to need study in order to determine exactly what was the male that impregnated a human female. So I don't want to go into all the other stuff because we all know that that's probably, she didn't probably go, hey, big boy, So, but we're not going to go over that right now. What we're going to go over is, and what I want to talk to you about, Clayton. Most excellent, Clayton. Congratulations. Yeah, it could be, but a simian, a simian meaning what, Scarlett? You're talking about human. This is definitely non-human DNA we're talking about. They're claiming it could have something to do with Native American, Indian. They're not sure what, but they were noticing that Native American was more closely related than other types of human being. I don't know. But the real thing is, so now that we know that there is a possibly certified Bigfoot DNA, which means it is real. Yeah, we don't use that word. No, we don't use that word, Momo. So that there is certified human DNA that's proven, it's certified by the scientific minds of the scientific community. And, that's kind of hit or miss, really, just in my own opinion. But there are those that are, and they're saying that it is real. So if it is real, now that we know it is, what type of rights would a Bigfoot have? Because if you go back to Seattle in the 1909, no, that's okay, Momo. You didn't say it. You said R, and that's perfect. That's perfectly. We knew what I was hinting at, but certainly something I don't want to talk about. Because it's nasty. Uh, Clayton, that is awesome. That, man, I'm so happy for you. When you joining up? Any idea? Man, I'm already pushing you to enlist. Oh goodness. Are you just going to go to college and see what kind of degree you can kick up so you can get a good paying civilian job? But anyway, what type of rights does a Bigfoot have? If it is now proven that there is certified DNA, which proves it exists, along with the videos, the footprints, the sightings, the encounters that so many people have had. You know, because right now they estimate there's anywhere, and I know uh, big stuff here, but they're talking anywhere from five. Hello, Ross. Good to see you. Yeah, hair samples, DNA. That there's anywhere between 5 and 35,000. That's right, 35,000 Bigfoots right now in North America, which includes Alaska, and they would probably kick in Canada there as well because they are part of the North American continent. Not North America, but the North American continent. You're talking about 35,000 Bigfoots. That's spooky. Because you're telling me that we've got Bigfoots roaming around our land. Ross, you know, I tend to believe you. I would tend to believe that, yes. Uh, but I have seen many times where we've seen in certain forests, we have seen little bitty huts that they have made that supposedly Bigfoots have made that they have slept in the greater outdoors, you know, like, and it was like in the middle of nowhere. So it's like, oh, they were just uh made a little shack to get under, to get out of the rain, and to feel, yeah, Bigfoot camping, basically. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks, Ross. um, but do they have human rights? You know, is every time you say the word Bigfoot now, you got to kick in $5 to some fund for them? You know, if you're showing pictures, if you're showing that 1969 Wood Hill, I believe it was where it was taken, or Willow, it was taken, Willow, California, that for the Gimli Patterson film, you know, that everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen, the Bigfoot walking along the riverbed, you know, swinging around, looking directly at the camera. And although it wasn't the best camera, it was the finest video we have seen in a long time. But there are people now here on the internet, on YouTube even, that have even better photos. And I'll put one of those up. And you'll be able to see where it was taken. And it's a female Bigfoot taken in Colorado. And when you look at it, oh, there's no doubt. That's a face. Primate mated with a human Neanderthal and resulted in Bigfoot. Scarlett, it's a possibility, and I like it. I like it. But where does I don't know, they say that primates were here around that time period, that we had them. We had rhinoceros here in North America, you know, in the continent, okay? Um, and and they went away. You know, we had lots of different creatures here than what's here now. I mean, we had your basic bears, cougars, you know, stuff like that, deer, antelope, elk, things like that nature. But at the top, more at the higher top of the food chain there, yes, we also had those. And Bigfoot, yes, Yes, Scarlett. Yeah. Animals will travel great distances in times of drought and famine. I mean, look at elephants. Elephants in Africa will travel over hundreds of miles to find water during drought, during drought times in Africa. I mean, you're talking about a 14-foot tall, 12-ton animal traveling 100 miles just to get to water that they can bathe in so they can get mud on their backs, so they won't get sunburnt, so they can avoid insects. Yeah, it's the truth. But how would you rate a big Scarlett? How would you rate a Bigfoot? What rights do Bigfoot have? Do they have the rights of any other animal? Does that mean we can play open season? Open season? Oh yeah, yeah. The migration of water buffalo. Oh my goodness. You're talking about a 1-ton animal, about 6 to 7 foot high at the shoulder, with big ass horns and a nasty attitude. Yeah. Traveling hundreds of miles to get from water to water, or the Great Migration, what you're talking about, where they're traveling from one side of the continent to the other. And Africa is not a small continent like Japan. Well, Scarlett, in 1909, Bigfoot or Sasquatch was listed as an indigent species of Washington State. In 1909, they were listed as an indigent species of the the state of Washington. And yes, Sasquatch can be gentle giants, but at the same time, they also can be not gentle. Water buffalo yogurt from Maine? Wow. I didn't know there was such a thing. And I have relatives in Maine. Uh, very rich milk, I'm sure. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's very, very rich, because they're calves. Yeah, Momo. Yeah, 2,000 pounds. But at the same time, so you're telling me that there's an indigent species of the North American continent running around here. We have a hard time finding them. I mean, they're masters uh, of hiding. They're masters of it. And the pictures that they took, these Bigfoots, Sasquatch, were hiding behind trees and boulders and stuff like that, but they were so still. I mean, rock solid still. That so since our eyes are generally affected or driven to movement, if an animal is standing still and they're hidden or semi hidden, then it would be hard to show them. It would be hard to locate them because they're just masters of camouflage. They know how to get by, and that proves that there's intelligence. So you're telling me there's an 8 to 10 foot tall animal lawyer? Yeah, man, I'm all right now. I'm all right. Yes, and a lot of the pictures there are trail cams of a Bigfoot. Some of them here on YouTube are fake, fake, fake. And it takes a while to find one that's not fake. Like the one that I'm going to put up on the community page. I've got a picture taken from a trail cam of a werewolf. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, come on, Duke, that's fake. And a nice open mind. Yes, Scarlett, yes. A nice open mind. Yes, I believe anything is possible also. Hell, I'm 57 years old and beat cancer. So I believe anything is possible. Really? Cool. Well, you can go to the About section, which is about to get edited, and I'm about to remove my letter to everyone, letting them know what's going on. But you'll find my email. Send it to me, because I've got some pictures here I'm going to put up in community page. Y'all want to see. Seriously, you want to see. The ghost pictures that I have are from a picture of a boy and his dog with this spooky ass ghost head right next to him. Now, this picture was taken in 1961. Okay, there was no photo editing software in 1961, and it has been verified that there is nothing going on with this photo. Like, I have another photo of the behind the White House photo when they were doing an upload. They were changing it. They were improving it because the president at the time's wife did not like the backyard, and so she wanted it corrected. And so they're back there behind the White House correcting it, and you can see the full body image of someone standing there with their arms crossed, and it looks to me, now just to me, and I don't want to put it in your head, but it looks to me like Lincoln, who's standing there surveying the work. And it's just kind of, I don't know, this looks pretty terrible right now. I hope you can do something to improve this. And then a photo of Australia. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, Scarlett. Yeah, it looks like Lincoln standing there, like surveying everything and going, I don't know about this. She was holding it like a box or a loaf of bread, really. Your friend worked there and everyone knew there were ghosts. The guys would not go in the building alone. Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about ghosts, just you got to remember at all times, it's just a human being without a body. Okay, now we're not going to go to the other side here with anything that's evil, because that's a completely different story, and I don't mess with that stuff. I have never messed with that stuff, ever, except when I was trying to figure out if all of that was real, and yes, it was. Yes, it was. Uh, yeah, it's energy, but see, the difference between a ghost and a demonic presence is the fact that a ghost is a human without a body. A demonic presence is something that's never been human. And its intentions are definitely different than a ghost. A lot of ghosts just want you to acknowledge they exist, Like Roman Reigns in WWE says, acknowledge me. That's pretty much simply, that's the answer to a lot of paranormal is they just want to be recognized. And after that, a lot of them go away. Once you acknowledge them, their presence as that they're real, then they go away. And sometimes that's the easiest thing to do of all. But and you're correct, it is energy. But a demonic presence is something, and I will say, please, I've said this many years now, do not ever allow a Ouija board, Ouija, a Ouija board, to enter your home. Please do not ever mess with a Ouija board. If you do, you could be allowing something to come into your house that's not happy that you're alive and not happy that you woke him up. And once they do, you're in for a world of being scared, possibly being hurt, and definitely luck changing for you and never being right for you as long as it's there. It's not a good thing. So please don't ever allow that to happen to you. But man, that stuff scares me to death. It really does. That stuff scared me to death. And someday y'all can ask me why not, and I'll tell you the story about it. But I don't want to tell stories. I just want to go into certain things and want to see what you think about it. You know, um, there are stations, are channels, not stations, channels out here in YouTube where you can hear the channel operator talk about certain things, but he never asks, well, what do you think? I'm very concerned and very, it's important to me to discover what you think about it because I have my own opinions. And here lately, I've been releasing a lot of them. But I just wanted to know, what do you think about all of this? Like Scarlett, you said agreed. And Momo said agreed. Okay, well, then we're on the same playing field. But if we're not, why not? What is it that you don't believe? What is it you don't like? And why do you not like it or agree with it? And that's what develops that conversation, you know, and gets the ball rolling. But I never thought I would see the day where they can actually say Bigfoot is real, because now we've got DNA certified by science, which is kind of a flippy floppy thing anyway. But if science is even saying that Bigfoot is real, then yeah, then that does make everybody who's had a situation, a sighting, um, seen one big ass footprint in the ground. Because you got to remember they're anywhere from 7 foot to over 10 feet tall. I'm sorry, but you get some big hairy thing looking at me that's 10 foot tall. I'm gonna get behind the biggest tree I can find, and then take off like a scalded dog. And a lot of people have said, even the scariest thing I ever saw was this one billboard, and let me tell you, I drove by it every day for months and couldn't look at it. It was an ad for a funeral, and there was a little girl with a halo. Oh, goodness. Oh, Scarlett, I agree. I think some of these sightings were bear. I think people just automatically, because of the area where they were living, had heard about all of these other sightings and instantly went in their head to, that's a Bigfoot. And after that, nothing you could say or do would take them off of that, because they're sure, well, my best friend's brother saw a Bigfoot, and so yeah, I'm seeing it too. The picture was in black gray, and oh my god, it was beyond creepy, scary. Yeah, yes, yeah. Bear can. They're not without intelligence. People got to remember, even a small amount of intelligence can do a lot of things other than its own survival instinct. Yeah, they stand up, scratch their backs, sit in chairs. They make sounds, noises. They have their own language. I mean, they can look at you one way and everything's fine. They look at you another, and it's a completely different story. Yes, they open doors. There's a lot of bears out there that would literally just claw down doors. They go in, they open refrigerator doors, and then decide to eat whatever's in there. 63, Scarlet, 63 bears entering houses so far this year. Oh my goodness. That's when you want something of a 12 gauge shotgun filled with 1 ounce slugs with with the and just go and just pump out a few, or 300 Win Mag, or a 7 millimeter Win Mag, and, or a 7 millimeter Remington Magnum, and just go in there. And I mean, you're talking about a creature that may weigh 600 to 1,500 pounds, but when you're hitting them with 3,000 pounds of energy from a bullet, yeah, yeah, you want you want a rifle like that. Open sights, because mostly when you're in the forest, you don't need anything, anything uh, optic. Oh, Scarlet, I've seen shotgun with slugs do some damage on bear. In fact, that's generally what a lot of guides carry. In Alaska, they carry a 12 gauge shotgun filled full of slugs. No buckshot. We're talking slugs. Dude, I was shot because it was eating a box of candy like you can fight a big brown bear. Momo, you're a fool if you think you can fight a brown bear. Brown bear take one swipe at you and just cut you in half. Bear have a bony plate on the forehead. Yes, they do. But through penetration tests, oh no, that I would disagree with you there. Through penetration tests, they have shown that you can go with a 12 gauge slug, and you can definitely get through that skull, or a very very high powered rifle. You can go through. Yeah, and you can go for, yeah, side shot, underneath the head through the heart or lungs. Yes, and that'll take them down. But there's many stories of people with pistols like 44 Magnums who have gone and just let off, 4, 5, 6 rounds of 44 Magnum into bear, and then they finally drop right at their feet. I think I would have to go home and wipe my butt if I had a 12, 1,400 pound brown bear coming at me, and then go and die and falling within 6 inches of my feet. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but yeah, I definitely might have to go home and wipe and change. Yeah, that would be terrifying. Yeah, Momo, I would do the same. I just give them the box of candy. Here you go, take it, eat it. Would you please leave? Yes, yeah. And I heard of one just recently was killed at 635 pounds. Yeah, that they killed. What's going on, Duke, regarding the title? Well, are you serious? It's a lot of crazy things going on right now. But you're telling me now, which we've been talking about, is there is now certified scientific DNA stating that Bigfoot is real. Now we've seen the 1969 Gimli Patterson film. Most people have. It's, I mean, kind of, a part of American culture, really. At this point, at least I believe, where it's shows something that I never thought we would see. So now you're telling me that that is real? That there are monsters out there walking around, that we're having a hard time discovering or finding? And I've got the one video of a guy who has a frozen body of a Bigfoot that they literally had to cut up with a chainsaw in order to get it back to a freezer, and it's been locked away for like 45 years now, and showing it. And then when you've got DNA supposedly being certified by science that it is real, so that leads to the question, are you serious? Because you're talking about a 7 to a 10 foot and beyond tall bipedal semi hominid monster walking around, they're now stating up to 35,000 of them in the North American continent, which covers America, South America, Canada, and Alaska. I hear you, puppy. I hear you. Just give me a minute. Okay, come here. Anyway, and that's where you go, and that's where I'm going. Are you serious? Because that's crazy. And so they were doing DNA tests on an incredible number of hair and skin samples, and they believe they have it. They have done blood samples and again have it. So the question always leads to, are you serious? That's what I'm talking about, Miss Amy. But it is good to see you. Well, I don't know if they have DNA tests for bone marrow, although I do know that they do have samples of a Bigfoot crap that they are taking and looking at in order to find out exactly what's in it. You know, what species are being eaten and what's going out the back door. You know, and so they're finding a lot of different things. But again, still getting the DNA samples is coming along. But I don't know if they've actually discovered anything yet. I haven't seen anything yet. Of course, I haven't searched for it yet, but I haven't seen anything. Although Survivor Man is going through his Survivor Man Bigfoot series that he did, and collecting fecal matter. AJ Henry, good to see you, brother. Great to see you. Okay, y'all got to give me a second here. I have to go let the puppy out, or she's going to tear down the door. It won't take me long. 20, 30 seconds, and I'll be back. So the question is, everybody who's here right now. So now that you know that it's real, now that you know we've got authenticated DNA samples, what do you think? And that's what I wonder. What do I think? I tell you what, until I figure out what I think, I ain't going in the forest anytime soon. And Texas is one of the places where they took DNA samples from, because not West Texas, East Texas does have forest. Shoot, we've got forest, we've got lakes, we've got the ocean, coastline, we've got desert, we've got grasslands. We've got every four types of environment you could imagine here. Plus, we got a heck of a lot of deer and hogs that I'm sure a Bigfoot could pretty much take one swipe or just fall on the thing and kill them. So there is multiple animals, multiple ways to get food. So food's one of the biggies. You know, to have a Bigfoot, I mean, the first thing you got to have is you have to have an environment that can support an animal like that, or a don't even know if you can call it a monster, an animal anymore, really. So what would you call that? What would you call a Bigfoot now that you know that there's human DNA in it? You know, I don't know where the hair came. Yeah, how can they prove where the hair came from? By the DNA, but without, I mean, without actually shooting and killing one. And there's many in Kong. Okay, Kong. Uh, there's many instances where law enforcement was called on a Bigfoot sighting, and the cops saw it, and and said they pulled their weapons out to fire at it, and it turned around and looked at them, and they couldn't pull the trigger. Now I don't know what you call that. What's up, Quinn? But that's pretty spooky. So you're telling me a dedicated police officer, because you have to be dedicated to go answer one of those calls anyway, other than be laughing about it all the way till you got there, and then discovering, whoa. Well, Quinn, it has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt that we now have certified DNA from science, not from a bunch of paranormal hunters, not from Jungle Boys or anything like that. We now have certified science DNA. Yeah, there is. Yes, there is, Quinn. There is certified DNA evidence, along with things like the 1969 Gimli Patterson film, along with the footprints, along with carcasses, along with all of the other stuff. Well, Quinn, me and, well, actually, I would say myself more than anything, are too low on the totem pole to have anybody want to call us other than our close friends. Okay, they're not going to call you. But I can tell you this: if you take that degree you're getting and get into something that's a little spooky, like CIA, and in some instances FBI, and get that, then you can get into that environment where then maybe you can come out and tell us for sure. Well, yeah, Momo, just like the oh goodness, I can't think of it at the moment. That's the one thing I've noticed while taking all of this medication. Sometimes I go into mind block, and I can't figure out what it was I wanted to say. Um, so I can't think of it. But it's the dragon lizard that's out on those islands, um, that they didn't think were poisonous. They thought it was saliva that was killing, with deadly diseases in them in that saliva because of what they eat, which is anything and everything. Carrion doesn't matter; they'll eat it. You know. Yes, yes, Scarlett. They did. And then they discovered, oh well, there's a complete venom gland that runs completely along the bottom jaw. Now, so now they know that these lizards, or these dragon lizards, are actually venomous. Now, it's not a quick, fast-acting venom like, say, a black mamba would have, but at the same time, uh, it is venomous, and it might take a day to kill a buffalo. Might take a day and a half, but it is venomous and it does work. Yeah, the Concealoth, which again was off the Japanese coast, and that it was what 20 million years ago when this fish was quite active, and then all of a sudden they discovered one, and then a couple months later they discovered another five living in a cave underneath the continent of Japan. And well, I don't know. These fish don't look cute to me. They look pretty vicious. They've got some big teeth, fangs more than anything. So we didn't even believe that it existed, but it came back that it does, and it's been here a long time. So again, that's something that we didn't believe existed, just like the giant squid, and then wow, all of a sudden it showed up. Just like if you go back to a couple of the videos that are here currently on the channel that will stay, um, there are other things that are in the ocean that we dang sure don't want in the ocean that are all of a sudden showing their head, showing up. Yeah, the giant sunfish. This thing is huge, 13-foot wingspan. 13 feet. That's a big wingspan, or a fin span, actually. And I believe they eat plankton, uh, and whatever else they can suck up, but they don't have like teeth or nothing, I don't believe. Um, yeah, sea snakes, jellyfish. Now, here's something I don't know if you actually know that the box jellyfish, which is one of the most poisonous jellyfish out there, okay, yes, and that is starting to make a home in the waters of Hawaii. The only thing that kills box jellyfish, the only thing, is the same turtles, sea turtles, that we kill. They crawl up on the beach. Yeah, sea turtles. They crawl up on the beach, they dig a pit, they lay their eggs, they cover them up, and they go back out to sea. Sea turtles eat box jellyfish. So if you're killing sea turtles or not allowing sea turtles to go and get in the ocean, okay, then you're removing the one thing that eats box jellyfish that will kill you if they sting you, sometimes within 15 minutes. Okay, if you mess with sea turtles, you're upsetting the ecosystem to now the one thing that keeps box jellyfish in check isn't there. And so that's why they've had to close down entire beaches permanently. Yes, yes, you don't want to touch the tentacles, because if you do, you get many, many, many arrows of venom firing into your skin all at the same time. I mean, it's almost just an it's called being poisoned a lot more than you can handle. And yeah, you really don't want to mess with a box jelly. And that's what they look like, boxes with a whole bunch of strings attached to them, to the bottom of them. But these tentacles, man, they shoot out just little bitty arrows filled with venom, and they just pump as much as they can into you while they're injected in your skin. So yeah, that box jellyfish, and the only thing that can help the pain is uric acid, which means if you find somebody that's been attacked or had a box jellyfish attack them, which is mainly by contact, you're not even aware that they're there, and they hit you. And the only thing that will help is having somebody squat over you and pee on you. Literally, urine helps the pain because uric acid removes that from jellyfish stings. So I don't know how the ladies feel, but a guy will just whip it out. Hey, I'll go. There you go, and pee all over you. But if the only people that are rescuing you are ladies, I don't know how a woman would feel about that. Momo, how would you feel about that? Scarlett? Any other ladies here? How would you feel about that? So, Scarlett, you've been stung by a Portuguese man of war in Florida, or as I call it, Florida. Uh, Tell me, because I've never been stung by one. How bad did it hurt? Momo, do you have any? Ooh, but if it stops that pain. Yeah, so Momo, how would you feel about going and squatting over somebody and letting it loose? Is that something you would think you could do? Because you're out in public, you're on the beach. But, Scarlett, how would you feel about that? It hurts. Well, Scarlett, one time when I was in the Philippines, we had gosh, we had something like a hurricane happen. You use urine on my plates. Well, that's most excellent. I can't believe I'm talking about urine. Oh, gosh. You could pee on a sting. Okay. So Momo would not, but Scarlet would. That's what I'm seeing? Because I mean, you're talking about you're out there. You've got a swimsuit on. Just like the guy that's out there, or like the lady that's out there, really, and she's just writhing in pain because it got her all the way from her calf all the way up to her hip, and she says, oh God, the pain is so bad." Now you know what would help stop that. What would you do? You know, so I guess that's a question, I guess, for each person individually. Because Momo, I agree with you. I don't know about whipping it out in front of everybody. Hush. My goodness, this dog. Mm. She calls me up there and I think she wants to go to the restroom and all she wants is more food. She's got tons of food. She don't need me. She can go and get in that bowl she's got. And she doesn't need food. She just wants a different type of food. Silly dog. But I have to pay attention to her because otherwise, I mean, she is 100 pounds, and so that's something you have to monitor. I saw it in a documentary on Pompeii. Really? I don't know. I mean, you get urine, you pour it on your greasy stained shirt, and so she pours the urine in, probably out of a cup, and then rolls it around, and then sticks it in the water in a big bowl of water and washes it. I guess. I don't know. I guess it beats other than walking around with a shirt that looks like it's full of polka dots. you know. I mean, then again, you're also talking about it wasn't like you could go to a restaurant, and I say I'd like two bear burgers and cook it well done. No, it was like you putting it on a skew over the fire and then like barbecuing it. Yeah, and then yeah, you have to think about the olfactory gland here and thinking about, man, that shirt smells. Pull that shirt off. It's going in the wash. you know, I don't know what they would say then, but yeah, it would have to, especially if it was covered in blood stains. Like they took this shirt out on a hunt. Man, that would be nasty. Stay hydrated. Yeah. Well, Bear Grylls did it. He didn't look too worse for wear. Although I don't think I could do it. I think just the sight of it. sight of yellow water just makes me go, nope, not doing it. you know? I mean, come on, Quinn, if you're still here, could you do that? For the vitamins? I didn't know it had vitamins. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I don't think I could. I would have to be literally laying on a desert somewhere and going, okay, if we want to make it to the next place with shade, I got to. Then I think my survival instinct would kick in and I could do it. But just sitting here right now, I'm saying, hell no. And there ain't no way. I understand there's certain adult acts that could lead to a situation in a way like that, but um, but that's one thing, and going there and actually drinking it and ingesting urine. Yeah, I would believe that, Scarlett. I would. You will do anything to survive in reality. Yeah, I believe once your survival instinct kicks in, like I'm pretty sure mine did. Yeah, the will to live. Yeah, but along with that, the mental ability to stay positive. What do you want? I love you too. Okay, this dog is driving me insane. Guys, it's been great talking to you, but I've got to go answer to this dog in order to try to figure out what the hell is going on with her. Um, I love you guys. I will be back. I guarantee you, I'm going to be back. And I'm going to do this again. But for right now, I guess I've done this enough. And hopefully, when I come back, I'll discover stream and I'll be able to come back with you and be able to bring people on panel and show videos and all this other kind of great stuff. You want to see it? I wish I could. I wish I could. Let's see here. Is there any way that I can? Maybe I can. Uh, oh, there we go. There you go. Can you see her now? I figured out how to do that. Super cool. Super cool. Yep, that's her. That is who is making all that noise in the background. Uh, her name is Samantha, but we call her Sammy. Oh yeah, she's adorable, and she's like, and when you pet her, it's like silk. Yeah, yeah, you can see certain things about her that make you go, oh yeah, we see it, we see it in her. She's unlike, she's got the collar and everything. Yes, actually, Scarlett, she is a rescue. Um, we got her from Dogtown Rescue. She was 48 hours away from being put down, from being the death penalty, and they found her, and they said, "Oh no, you can't do this," and so they got her, and then I saw a picture of her on the internet, and I went, "Oh yeah, this is my dog," and so I went out 2 days later, when I had a day off from work, and went out there and collected her, and she cost a little money, but I felt it was worth it. And as you can see, there's a rabies shot little medallion there. Um, and uh, and got her and brought her back home. And she's been here now. She was 2 when we got her, and so now she's been with us for 11 years, and she's now 13. Yeah, they do. They know, and that's her. The entire time I went through my ordeal, she's been with me. I mean, never more than 5 foot away from me the entire time. So now she's getting to be a little old, a little senior, and she's still never more than 5 feet away from me, except when she does need to go outside, which she does. Wow. Well, I hope yours lasts another 10 years also. Well, I'm not so concerned with what breed she is. All I know is she's got that protective instinct in her. She's big enough that most people, when they see her outside, go whoa, and that's what you need. $2,000 for a kitten. I paid what, $140 for her. Okay, puppy. Anyway, I gotta go. This dog is driving me crazy. I love you guys. I will be back. I guarantee you, I'll be back with more technology behind me, so I can do other things. So I can show videos and other pictures. But check the community page probably by tomorrow, and it'll be up. And check out some of these pictures. It's pretty amazing. And the werewolf picture is really shocking because I can't find where it's fake. And if you can, put a message underneath. I will see it. Anyway, thank you guys. Good luck. See you later. And God bless you. All of you.